So it's an absolute pleasure to welcome to the show George from Sarpa Salpa. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing? I'm all right, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Surviving as we are in 2020. But yeah, it's a great pleasure to have you on because you are, for me, one of the most exciting new bands around at the moment. You really are. Like,
Oh, thank you very much.
it was 4 years ago. I interviewed the Hunter, and I was super excited about interviewing them. It was before they got big, and I knew they were going to go massive. And I've got the same feeling about you guys. That's
Oh
like,
man, wow. I mean, that's very kind of you to say. I mean, yeah, fingers crossed.
yeah, it's just you. Every once in a while, you just get a band that you have a feeling about, and just you really connect with early on. And as soon as I heard say something, I was like, yeah, these guys are huge. I automatically just assumed you were signed to a major label and like already doing massive things. I was like, oh, independent, really? I was like, it already felt like you were already on that journey.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be signed by a major label, but yeah, no, not to be thus far. But we'll see. I mean, fingers crossed.
I know. So obviously, 2020, I think you started off really strong. Obviously, Say Something came out in January, got massive plays all over the show. You know, there was tours lined up. You're going to come play in Southampton, and then 2020 did its thing. And but I think you still managed to carry some momentum through because you've had more singles, more play, and we've got the current single "Stick to What You Know," which is incredible as well. Like you still been managed to push through, if despite everything that's going on. Has it been
Yeah,
quite an easy challenge to do?
it's been different. I think we've had to like completely change our outset as a band. Like we are primarily like a live band, and like that is like for the last sort of 3 years we've been doing this. It's always been about the live side of things. Like all the songs we would write would be with that in mind, and like how a crowd's going to perceive those songs. And it's just been like it's just a total change of scenery. You know, we've had to go fully sort of back to the drawing board a little bit and go, okay, how do we still exist in this sort of new world? And I think, yeah, the answer is just try and put out more music. Like that's all you can really do. Like there's nothing else really to be doing. It's like, and just looking forward to the future when we can get back to gigging, I think, really.
So have you been managing to write more during lockdown? Because some people have been writing loads, and some people have been like, I've just had no inspiration, everything's a bit flat, and the songs weren't coming out properly.
I think initially, like, because I mean, what was it? It was March. That's like getting on for 8 months at this point, which is insane. I think the first like 2 or 3 months we were really, really productive, and we wrote something like 30 songs, just like which is insane. Um, so that was great. But then, yeah, as it sort of, because I think at that point we were thinking, yes, we're in lockdown, this is awful, but come summertime, we'll be back and it'll just be, we've had a nice little 3 month writing break kind of thing. But as 3 months turns to 6 months, turns to 12 months, it's like you do start to lose your inspiration a little bit, or at least we have. I mean, we're still writing, but certainly nowhere near as much as we were right at the start. So yeah.
So for someone that's never heard of Sarpa Salpa before, how would you describe yourselves?
I would say, I mean, it's generally upbeat. Like it's like it's sort of indie dance. I guess would be the kind of the general vibe. A bit like Friendly Fires, but not quite as dancey. It's
Yeah.
somewhere between Friendly Fires and like everything kind of vibe, I would say. But it's yeah, generally upbeat sort of indie dance would be what I would say. It's such a hard question to answer that one because you never want to like put yourself in a box too much.
You said you like wrote like 30 songs during lockdown.
Yeah.
So obviously when there was to break, did you manage to like refine any of them, like get any of them down on record, or is it still all just out in the open at the moment? Like sort of just
So
the
we
ether?
managed to narrow it down to like I want to say three, which we've been recording at the moment for something that's to come fairly soon. But it's quite a hard choice because yeah, when you've got that many songs, it is hard to pick like which ones you want to record.
I like the way you got a 10% success rate. We wrote 30 songs, so we whittled them down to three.
Pretty much, yeah, that's it. I do you know what I think of the 30, there's probably 10 in there that I really really like, but it's just we can't afford to do them all at once, basically.
But there's those 20, I think they're awful. I'm only
Yeah,
doing it
that's
because the
it.
other guys like them.
They'll go in the bin. Nah, they'll probably get used at some point for something, but yeah, we'll see.
So when you say the something, is that potentially another EP and in the works at some point?
I mean, that will be the plan. I think will be another EP, and then after that, I think eventually we'll start working towards an album. But as to when that will be, who knows? I mean, I think the plan at the moment is just to keep writing and writing until we've got enough that we're really happy to sit down and try and record an album, kind of thing.
Yeah. So obviously, like I said, you were supposed to be coming to Southampton. The date was pushed back until March, and you said just before this interview that may be going back again. So at some point, hopefully, we will see you in Southampton.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I think it's still planning to go ahead in March. I believe it's 20th or something around then. At Heartbreakers, but yeah, I mean, who knows? Really, I think there's definitely plans to potentially push it back again if we have to. Yeah, I mean, I pray that we don't, but we'll see. It would be nice to see Southampton at some point.
Heartbreakers is a lovely little intimate venue as well. It's a really nice little place.
I've heard good things about it. Yeah, I've never been, but everyone I speak to about it seems to really like it.
Yeah, right. Obviously, you are named after a fish, as I discovered the first time I ever Googled you. So I have come up with a little game.
Okay, yeah.
Which is called To Fish or Not to Fish? That is the question. Basically, I've got 5 names that are either fishes or bands. All you've got to do is decide whether it's a fish or a band. And
okay, all right.
Because it's a quiz, there is a prize. That's your pride.
Which these days is something not to be laughed at. So we'll take it. We'll take the prize.
Normally I have chocolate or something, but we're both in different locations. So unfortunately, lockdown's ruined your chances of chocolate from me.
Oh, damn it.
Right, so to fish or not to fish? That is the question. Black Drum.
Black Drum. That definitely could be a band. I want to go with band on that one.
No, that is a fish, apparently.
Really? Oh my god.
Yep.
Black Drum.
I mean, I did Google this morning, so I'm just going by Google saying that these are fishes.
My fish knowledge is pretty subpar, honestly. So we'll see.
Right. So then we have Sheep's Head.
Sheep's Head. Oh, this is close. They all sound like bands.
Yeah.
Sheep's Head does sound like some sort of late 90s metal band. But I want to go with band again.
No.
Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, that one I thought was like a death metal band. It does sound like it. And then we have Beatnik Turtle.
Beatnik Turtle. Oh man, once again, I'm going to go 3 for 3. Is it a band?
Yes.
Oh, so if you just keep going for that one answer over and over, eventually you get it right.
And then the next one, this is a really simple name, Spot.
Spot. I mean, again, I'm sure there must be a band called Spot, so I want to go with band.
I mean, I got it down as fish, but that is the laziest naming of anything. Someone's just gone, you need to name that.
What's it got on it? Spot, that'll do.
Right, the last one. This is Pinback.
Pinback. I'm going to change here. Probably a mistake and go. This is no, it's a band. Pinback is a band.
I didn't help out on that one at all.
God damn it! That would have been pretty poor.
Yes, so that was To Fish or Not to Fish.
Oh, nice.
So, what is the plans for future? Obviously, you've got some sort of recordings 80% done. At some point, we're going to hopefully finish the tour. Or did you even get to start the tour?
We didn't know. So we did. So when we put out the EP in January this year, we did do a tour, sort of end of January and February, just before everything sort of kicked off. And then the plan was to do that. I think we've got 10 dates, although they've not all been announced. But we've got the 4 dates that have been announced were originally booked for March this year, and then we just literally pushed them back an entire year, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, it's a thing. So fingers crossed we can do it this time.
So hopefully you could just sort of start off 2021 where 2020 started and just kind of
Pretty much, yeah. I think the last gig we did was at our sort of home away from home, Bedford Esquires. And I remember at the gig we were sort of joking around like, oh, this might be the last gig we do for a while. But little did we know it's probably going to be pretty much a year to the date that we do another show.
You ruined this for all of us. Why did you say that? You should.
Yeah, I know. Well, they say don't tempt fate, and this is why. This is what can happen, people. Don't do it.
So yeah, so hopefully we'll get you in Southampton, and like I said, hopefully recording some more music as well. Get some more new music from you. You're playing Give a Gift, which is virtually online, which is raising money for Southampton's Children's Hospital. So thank you so much for that, because that's incredible. You're getting involved with that. So thank you guys for that.
We're looking forward to it. It's this good little lineup.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we will see you soon. We will definitely hear you soon at some point, and have fun with the rest of your lockdown, whatever that may look like. Thank you so much, George. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.